JT Smith for the TFON Podcast, live for season 3, episode 1. I got my man Cam Chancellor in the building of the Life in the Jungle podcast. But if you've been following the TFON podcast, just know that my man Cam's been rocking with me, and we've been talking a lot of Bearcats the last few years, on and offline. Cam, how you doing, my brother?
No, I'm doing good, man. I can't complain. And football season is about to start for our Bearcats, and we had a lot of activity going since the last time I've been on the show. So I'm excited to talk Bearcats here.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm excited too, man. I've been slumbering a little bit. If everybody been checking out the site, we definitely been coming with content. But it's been. I think I did a podcast with Joe DeBlanco before the NFL draft. That was the last one I done. So
Yeah.
take a few months off. So first, before we start, I want to let everybody know that we have a partnership with 513shirts.com. Make sure you guys go check out that new gear. 1 hat, 3 different shirts. It's the links on my Twitter, _JT_Smith. It's on Instagram at Front Office News. It's on the website. And then if you go to 513shirts.com, search TFON, it'll pop up. So make sure you guys support that gear and post it and let me know when you get it. So I appreciate that partnership, man. I think it's a good look. I got to get my gear so I can start rocking it everywhere. So hopefully you get yours. But
I definitely gotta get the shirt. I think I gotta
man,
get
you
that
got
red.
to, man. You got to. It's only right.
Yeah, I think I'm gunning for that red one.
All right. I think that's my 2 homies. They showed me that's the one they got, the red one. I know I had a mock-up of a red hat, like a red and black hat. So hopefully they do a good enough job where we get that red hat release before the season, because I definitely want that combo, bro. It's fire. So, but we'll make it work.
Okay.
Yep. So we're gonna talk about the TBT tournament, which is something that I've watched for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
The Bearcats, this is their second team, but this is their first team that I feel like they constructed with a real chance to win, and they really had people bought in, brought a lot of OGs back that are still playing, a lot of people that are still playing at a high level as well. They did lose 71-67, but I thought it was a solid showing. We can nitpick, of course, we'll get into that, but at the same time, I feel like this group of alumni are bought in to come back. So hopefully next year they'll be back and get used to playing in TBT and actually have a chance. So I know we talked about this off air. How excited were you to see them playing in TBT, and then how do you think this roster was constructed in your eyes?
No, I thought it was constructed really well. I like the roster. You talk about some all conference players that we done had here. Over the course of the last decade or so. There was some struggle. We had a big man that was clear was a mismatch with the Barry against anyone.
Yeah.
It was exciting to see them on that stage because obviously Xavier had a team in the past. You see a lot of these guys like Syracuse with Bayham's Army and normally Carmen's crew, even though they didn't do it this year. But you see these type of universities kind of pull together and put something together. I'm like, well, UC has too much of a rich tradition not to put together a decent team. So it was a good showing. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull off the win, but I thought that uh, they laid a good foundation this year to move forward.
For sure.
I think so.
For sure, man. Like, I was talking to quite a few, like when I was leaving the arena, and I was like, man, y'all just come back and hoop. I was like, just come back and hoop, man. Like, y'all didn't embarrass yourselves or nothing of the game y'all could have won for sure. But at the same time, I'm like, man, y'all got to come back next year, because now y'all kind of understand like what the TBT is about. Got y'all feet wet. I feel like them understanding the Elam ending is gonna make help them out in the future as well. So we'll see if they come back, man. Because I mean, they had a solid team, man. I just thought like they would have been able to get Isaiah Miller for the Wednesday game. That would have helped them tremendously. And then were hurt. I mean, Trey couldn't play because he had some situation happen prior to the TBT that he couldn't play, and then I know Shaq got hurt, got nicked up at the crosstown game. Like somebody
Yep.
didn't wipe the floor after the Barry fell, and he slipped real bad. So he
Yeah.
was already hampered coming in that game. He gutted it out. He was like, "Man, bread on the line. I had to go for it." So I mean,
Uh,
you know,
but you can't help but to think like maybe somebody like Isaiah Miller, if we could have held on
man,
until he got back, because that was someone that could have really, really helped as far as putting the ball in the hole
yeah,
when we needed some shots down the stretch.
for sure, man. That really that's one that you like, dang. It's like if you would have got him on Wednesday, I feel like it would have been them and Xavier, and then it would just have been a pure rivalry matchup. And they ain't seen Isaiah. I mean, unless they played him in the league, in G League or something. But
Right.
he's almost like a secret weapon for real. So I was like, dang, they just got to hold on, get that, and they would have been going to Dayton. But Xavier lost today. Well, Zip 'em Up lost today to the Florida TNT team by 4. So
Mm.
they going to Dayton. But I was like, man, the Nasty Natty team had a legit little squad. So I just hope they stick with it, man, because I just feel like I think they could do something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they can't go like 4 years of absence and then come
Yeah,
back. They got to stay consistent with it. So hopefully, like you said, hopefully we see them next year. Hopefully we can get some other guys committed to make us better.
yeah, no, for sure, man. All right, so now we gonna go into what everybody's talking about, what everybody's refreshing their timeline, realignment, man. You know, the big splash was a few weeks ago. Nobody knew about it. USC and UCLA are going to the Midwest to the Big Ten Conference. Big Ten makes a super splash move, getting the LA market, and you hear what the new contracts are going to be for the Big Ten. It sounds crazy, and everybody knows that the bed is laid with football right now. No matter how good your basketball team is, no matter how rich your tradition is in basketball, right now if you follow football, you're following the money, and that's what's happening right now. These people are about to drive. They're about to fly out of 3 different time zones consistently.
Yep.
Just think about it. like UCLA is going to be playing
Yes.
Rutgers, and vice versa. You know what I mean? But that money talks. When they say money talks and bullshit walks, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So with that, but you see going into the Big 12 next year, I'm glad they're going in early. I'm glad the paperwork is already signed. I'm glad that everything is dry.
Right.
You know, I feel like the Big 12 is actually in a position of power. And you would have told me this a year ago, I wouldn't have known. I would have probably called you a lie. But they're saying the Pac-12 is trying to hold on, but they're going to grab possibly Fresno and San Diego State, which I mean, they're both are solid schools, but they don't move the needle, to me. But if the Big 12 can pull a gangster move and grab those Arizona schools and Utah and Colorado, I think they're in a great position. Or if they somehow can get Oregon and Washington as well, I feel like they're in a position to be the third best conference for sure. I think right now they still are, but I think they would have a stronghold and it'll be legit. The thing that makes me nervous, I feel like Oregon, Oregon and Washington are trying to hold off for the Big Ten, but I don't know because I feel
Yeah,
like
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get the Big Ten.
yeah,
The Big Ten is holding off hope for Notre Dame.
yeah,
That's who they want to join first before they invite anybody out to anybody else at all. And that
yeah,
leaves Washington in a tough spot. Do we get possibly left behind, or do we want to, get to this Big 12 and make it as competitive as possible and be the third, kind of that third clear cut conference?
yeah,
Uh, if I'm Big 12 and it sounds like your marquee is aggressive, um, you have to call all these schools. You have to call the Oregons. You have to call the Washington, the Arizonas, the Colorado, or whoever. You have to see and try to get to 20 teams.
yeah,
That's the thing. You're gonna have 20 teams in the Big Ten. Excuse me. You're gonna have
Yeah,
20 in the SEC eventually.
yeah,
Because now we've been hearing Florida State, Miami, Clemson, some of the one of those three, or some of the, two of those three, or all three, could be going to the SEC.
yeah,
So this is going to be interesting to see. But I'm glad UC is in the mix. They're not on the outside looking in, and that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling to know because I don't think a lot of people say. Of course, we're headed to two mega conferences. Those are two going to be the main conferences. They're going
yeah,
to be the strongest conferences. But I do think like if the Big 12 can pull off what they are trying to do and add those teams, they're going to be solid.
yep,
They're going to be solid, and they're going to be able to compete
yep.
um, with those other two conferences.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, it sounds like the money will be there for the Big 12, which is good. And will it be SEC Big 10 money? No. But I mean, if you can't make it work with 50, 60 million a year, that looks like it's going to be regardless. And it might bump it up a little bit with these West Coast teams. Because then you have, if you can get those West Coast teams, you have a, a team in every time zone in the U.S., which every conference doesn't have. And that's huge, man, because you got to think about it. They're saying Notre Dame is leveraging, you know, Big Ten wanting them so much and the SEC wanting them so much to get more money from NBC. Because if they could get 75 million from NBC, do you think? I mean, I feel like they're going to get burnt sooner or later, though. Personally, I think Notre Dame is if they keep playing. Because I mean, the good thing is their name holds weight, I guess, for Notre Dame fans. But I feel like they're going to get burnt because they just keep leveraging and leveraging and leveraging. I feel like you go after a while, play with fire, you get burnt. I think the Big Ten's been wanting them forever. I feel like they wanted them when they grabbed Nebraska for real.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
So
They're going to try to stay independent as long as possible
yeah,
until they can't anymore, and
yeah,
eventually they're not going to be able to. If they want to make it to the college football playoffs and
yeah,
everything, they're going to have to join the conference, and they know the ACC is not going to be strong enough.
yeah,
The football side, and that's all that matters.
yeah,
So I do think eventually they'll end up in the Big Ten, but they're going to hold off as long as possible.
yeah. I think so too. 'Cause I don't think the Big Ten will not add anybody else without Notre Dame at all. I don't think they're adding anybody else. Like them making that pimp move, getting those LA teams is enough for them right now to be like, all right, because they were still making more money than the SEC. That's what people
Yeah.
don't understand. Like the Big Ten has been like super smart on these deals, man. I'm like, which is crazy. You would never have thought that, but in general. But I'm just happy that the UC is on the inside, inside of the
Yes.
bubble, not on the outside. No matter how it pops, you know what I mean? Because you know, next year they'll be able to at least triple what they're getting now. You know, the team is loaded on the football side. You got a basketball coach that gets it,
Yep.
and everything else will fall in place. It's about football. It's about football when it comes to the money side, and then basketball is icing. It's the icing on the cake right now.
Yeah. I get it. I get football drives the needle.
Yeah,
I understand,
yeah,
but the excitement I'm going to have knowing that you can have a 3 game home stretch of Kansas, Baylor, Houston. That 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 is the type of basketball I'm glad that I'm be able to see again in
yeah.
Fifth Third Arena. You're gonna see packed houses because we are playing somebody
Oh,
for
for
the
sure,
team.
for
Uh,
sure.
it's not going to be, and I'm not trying to disrespect, but it's not going to be, East Carolina on a Wednesday night at 7:30.
Yeah,
So it's going to be number 5 Baylor coming in here,
yeah.
number 1 Kansas coming in here, number 3 Houston. Like it's going to be
Some
that type
boys
of battle every night, and I'm excited for that because it's
for
not. It's just going to be able to allow West to get the players he needs as well.
for sure. That because that's the thing. Like for basketball, the games you play more. Football is where the money's at. But basketball, you get the most turnaround. You're playing 30 games, playing 20 in the conference. So like you're playing when you playing heavy hitters. Like when you playing Tulane, even UCF and basketball, you know what I mean? Like people are, you might get, if we're good, then it's gonna be a lot of people there. But only game that you're really gonna get up for is Houston and Memphis because they got players normally. Maybe Wichita, they've been solid,
Yeah, they hit or
still not,
miss.
but it's still not. We'll get a couple years of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. Like just
Yep.
imagine Kansas in the Fifth Third Arena. Kansas State is normally pretty solid. Baylor has been a monster lately. You know what I'm saying? Texas Tech.
And that's the thing. The worst team you're gonna see is Kansas State.
And they
That's
make
crazy.
NIT,
That's the
right?
worst team you're gonna see in the conference.
That's crazy.
That's man. That's it's fun, but it's crazy. But like we talked about off the air, we can bring it on the air. 18-13 record, 18-14 record, 500 in the conference. In that conference,
Yeah.
you a 9 seed.
Yeah. Yep. You're not facts. You a
You
9
a
seed.
9 seed.
You a 9 seed. You definitely a 9 seed.
But you ain't gotta win every game.
Nope. You just got to be competitive and just don't get just dog walked. You know what I mean? You don't get dog walked like, man, they lost 10 because you can mess around and be 7-10 in a conference and make it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Got
so
a chance.
You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be crazy because then now it's gonna be rotation on the time. Like people are gonna be complaining. Now we got 9 o'clock tips, why we got 9:30 tips. But if you playing these dogs, you want it on TV. That's gonna get the recruits in. It give you more time. And Midwest people just gonna have to suck it up. Like, bro, it's gonna be worth it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You have to pay a little bit more for your ticket, but it's gonna be worth it. It's like it's a slam dunk.
I'm excited for it. Give me the 9:30 tip.
Man, it's gonna be
versus Texas Tech or 9:30 tip versus Kansas. Give me that.
It's gonna be crazy.
I'll take that over 7 o'clock on ESPNU against East Carolina.
Yeah, for real. Not for sure. It's hands or butts. Like, just think about it, man. I got so much useless, like, not no diss to the other schools, but I remember, like, I was talking to my pops, and I just knew about this stuff. Like, he was just like, looked at me like, bro, if you don't get out of my face with this knowledge, bro. Like, he looked at me like I was crazy. Like, then like, all right, man, we'll watch it for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like, but now you playing some dogs. You know what I'm saying? You playing Baylor, even if you don't even care about UC, you probably gonna watch that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, Baylor playing them. UC supposed to be decent. Oh, let me see what they look like. You know what I'm saying? Because they just some dogs. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Texas Tech got. I mean, didn't they? I don't know if they won one, but they made it to the championship a couple years ago. Like, for real. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm just happy. I'm happy that people will care, like, you know what I mean, about every game. Because now it's like, dog, give me the Houston game, Wichita, Memphis. All the other games, don't nobody care. Like, you don't care about the UCF game in basketball, bro. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares about Tulane in basketball, bro. Like, they don't. Temple, nah, John Chaney ain't there no more, my G. Like, nobody.
And I'm rooting for Aaron McKee.
I mess around. Yeah, I do like Aaron McKee because just he I forgot he there. Dumfries gone.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. But Temple in the hard spot right now. But
because they be like 5 people at their games.
Man, it's a ghost town in there. That's why you go up there. You possibly come out with an L because you ain't gonna get motivated.
Not at all. Like, you be having your cheerleaders and your coaching staff.
They loudest.
Yeah. And they be having that one angle when they play there. It'd be like
that goofy angle from the corner.
That old 2K angle.
Yeah. The broadcast angle.
Yeah. They up top.
It's terrible. It's terrible watching those games.
Then they always be getting some clown refs in them games too. They be like everything.
For some reason, you can never make a shot there.
Nope. It always be
a grind out game.
Somebody that averages 7 points be having 20 balls, no matter what.
Yeah, always when you go to Temple.
Yep.
But it's gonna be night and day for football, for and for basketball as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. I'm excited. I remember a couple years ago, like I think the first year of the pod, I did when UC played Tulsa, and I grabbed one of their reporters. Like she was nice and stuff, you know what I mean? But
Right.
didn't nobody care. We're like nobody cares about anything going on in Tulsa unless you live in Tulsa. People probably that live in Tulsa don't care about what's going on in Tulsa.
That's
It's
crazy.
Tulsa though, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like it's Tulsa.
Yeah, that's it. I
Like
mean,
I never I never be like, man, let's go to Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever
yeah,
said that about anybody?
and that's the thing, and that's where sometimes like I do understand like the national perception.
Yeah,
Like so we get like as us fans, and we got the right to be. We get upset and
yeah,
about but it's like if you're on the outside looking in and say, all right, I always think sometimes like if I was from Cincinnati, say I lived in Kansas City,
yeah.
are you really sitting down and watching a UC Tulsa game?
No,
The
you not.
answer is probably not.
It's
Even
a
though we Tulsa's decent, you know what I mean. They're gonna
yeah.
give you a good game, but only we will know that. The
Yep.
national, anywhere else that nationally, they wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
But would you turn on the football? Like, would you turn on the UC Oklahoma State game? Possibly. Would you turn that and be like, oh, okay, that's a decent game?
Yeah, for sure.
You
You can get
would.
that a chance. You get that a chance. You get that
You
a chance.
would. Because that's probably maybe a 12th ranked Oklahoma State versus a 17th ranked Bearcat team.
Yep. You gonna
So
see what
it's
the
just
fuss
the
about.
perception. It changes the way nationally you're looked at, especially in football, where, like you said, all the money going, and where you got to be able to compete at.
Yep.
It helps a lot, man. It's going to do wonders. They're already starting to reap the benefits of it, recruiting wise, uh, and it'll get even better.
Yeah, for sure. It's only gonna go up. Like, longer they can keep picking the crew, like them cats is recruiting. Like, so it's gonna stay lit. It's just they just gotta keep doing what they do on the field. Because
Yep.
now every game is gonna be they'll have room for error too because you're playing more quality opponents. Like in the AAC, you have no margin for
Yep.
error. You mess up one time, and everybody, look, see, they lost, right?
Done.
Because you're playing against Navy, and that's no disrespect to them, but Navy ain't about to make no big bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just ain't. They just not. Like they just not. So if you lose the Navy or you have a tight game against Navy, everybody's dogging you. Even though they got the triple option and it's hard, and we know that. But
Yep.
can't lose. You can't lose to Tulane. You
Nah.
know what I'm saying? But if you lose to Baylor by 7, 10 points
Yep.
on the road, people are still gonna be like, they're gonna dog you for a little bit, but if you win a couple more games in a row, everybody's gonna be like, well, damn, they did just lose to a tough Baylor team on the road. This team's for real. Where if you lose to Tulsa on the road by 14, it's over.
Never be ranked again.
Yeah, you be
You
50.
get dropped out of the top
Yeah,
25, and we
don't
ain't
see it
never seeing
again.
you again. That's what will happen. And
Yeah,
in basketball, it's the same way.
yeah,
Uh, there's no way last year SMU, shouldn't have made it. Did they
yeah.
make the tournament last year?
Not that. I don't know how
They
they.
got left out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's no
'Cause-
way. They were good enough to have one of the best point guards in the nation.
Yeah,
Like, you wouldn't know that. You
yeah.
wouldn't know Kendrick Davis
Was
possibly is going to be a first team All American or second
yeah,
team preseason All American. You
yeah,
wouldn't know that. But that's in the conference, and they got left out, and we didn't get to see him on that stage.
yeah,
But it's like that in basketball. You lose to a Tulane, all of a sudden you was 8 seed yesterday. You on the bubble tomorrow.
yeah. For real.
you know?
It's that
So I mean,
fast.
there's
You
no
can't.
room for error when you're playing these in the AAC. It would and a Big 12. You could lose to a team, and turn around and next week or next game get it right back. So
For sure. Yeah, you get it right back next game. Or
yep.
you could dig the hole, but still, if you competitive, you still right there. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
Trust me. So it's a good feeling, especially being somebody that covers it. Like, bro, like
Yeah.
this is the match. I already know it's already picking up now. It's like I actually get to write about
Yep.
legit teams. Like it's a whole new world, bro. Like I'm excited. Hopefully they don't Hollywood me too much like the Notre Dame cats did, bro.
I know.
They was too Hollywood. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it was too Hollywood. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna keep putting that on wax because they Hollywooded me all the way up, bro. Like come on, like
Yeah.
that's why we
It's
made it. You know?
I think it's gonna work out for us. I
Yeah,
think we're in a position to not only to compete right away in the Big 12.
for sure.
I think basketball be have a little uphill battle a little bit, but football, I think we're in a good position to
Yeah,
compete right away.
yeah. I think top tier, like top three for sure. I think from when they as soon as they enter in football, I
Yeah,
think basketball. I'll see how they do this year. You know what I mean? They do this year. It's still gonna be a little different because
right.
the Big 12 is a monster. I think that honestly it's the best basketball conference.
Oh,
Like
that's
hands down. Hands,
basketball,
yeah, hands down.
hands down. That's not even close. We had two national championship winners,
Yeah,
Final Four member in Houston.
yeah,
Um, and like I said, you got all those other ones. Oklahoma State will be good.
yeah,
Iowa State was good last year. That was an Elite Eight team or Sweet 16 team.
yeah. They
Uh,
see
so yeah,
Baylor. Yeah, it's just a lot of teams. Kansas just won. Baylor got K State, Tech. I mean, it's just that's what I mean. Basketball, that's what they do. It ain't no ifs and
yeah.
no buts. You can argue about other conferences if you want, but I say
Not
it's
in,
still
not in basketball.
not in basketball. It's clear cut to me. And then I mean, to anybody that really watches it, I mean, college hoops, you would know that. But I would say them Big 12, SEC, probably,
It,
and then the ACC.
the
Man, what?
Pac-12 is gonna die,
Yeah,
and I
I
think
can't
the
wait.
ACC is gonna die.
I think so too.
I
If
think the two
Clemson,
coasts gonna die.
yeah, I think so too. I think it's gonna go all just gonna convert because I feel like, but I think the ACC is gonna last longer. And I feel like the Pac-12 is damn near gonna die within the next couple of years.
Hmm.
Because you
Yeah,
got to think, you got to think. I mean, they're gonna try to hold on, but I mean, because they 20, if they can secure
it's
25
gonna be a
to 30,
mid-major conference.
yep, because they just gonna get what if they can secure 25 to 30 million a year, that ain't bad. It just ain't gonna be what they want. But I think all the big boys are gonna pill out.
Yeah.
They gonna leave the small schools that come in there with the bag.
Yeah, I think there'll be a West Coast AAC.
Yep. And they gonna just merge with them. Whoever's left might just merge with them for real. Because,
Yep. I
because
wonder if they'll grab Gonzaga for basketball.
yeah, do something like that. Because they gonna have to. Because like, bro, like Big 12, when they say they broke off them talks, they know what it is. They about to peel who they can peel. Because why merge with them when we know we better? You know what I'm saying? I know we in a better spot. I don't need to merge with you. You think
Yep.
the Big Ten trying to merge with somebody? So they know you in a better spot.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Big 12's in a way better spot, even if nobody comes. But if they can get that West Coast, it's gonna get real. And then maybe they can pick off a ACC team here and there, Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
get real. They might could pick off a Louisville. I don't know about North Carolina. They name might hold too much weight. They might go SEC, but if that'd be curtains for them, especially in football.
Yeah, but people like Duke, would they stay on top without having a conference like a strong conference that's backing them
Mm,
like the ACC? Now that's what we talk about on basketball side.
yeah,
Like nobody's thinking about basketball. I understand
nobody,
that, but
nobody. Yeah,
when you're
but
looking at some of these schools that's gonna get left, it's a lot of prestigious basketball schools that could be affected,
yeah,
i.e. Duke. Like, you know
yeah,
what I mean? That's one of them. Who gets left out of the ACC?
for sure.
Uh, obviously, right now, Notre Dame is affiliated with the ACC, so they're
Yeah,
in that conference. But they'll probably, like I said, I think they'll end up in the Big Ten
yeah,
eventually. But there's so many other schools. Like, what do you do? What if Florida State can't make it out? Like, what happened to their program? Like, I'm just thinking of prestigious programs that could just be affected by this.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Florida State. The Florida State normally good in both. I mean, they've been kind of shaky in football lately, but in basketball, they always threat. At least the last 10 years since Leonard Hamilton been there, he keep first rounders. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually right now they're a better basketball, school than football. Keeping it 100. Nobody want to hear that if you're a Florida State fan, whatever. But it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna be affected. Duke gonna definitely be affected. But everybody chasing it's the football dollar. That's what's hurting. And then basketball's going to get it off the board, get it off the mud for real, like for all the schools. But it's gonna be crazy because they're gonna be in a position how UC got burnt when the Big East thing happened, where you was like, all right, you can be 8-8 and be a 7 seed, 6 seed in that Big East. That was the best basketball conference. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And then they messed up that the commissioner was being too slow. Everybody got the bag and dip.
Way too slow. Yeah, it was just Big East basketball. That era was the best basketball. I'm talking about every night was
hitting. Like even St. John's was coming, like, and they would be like the worst team, and they was like, bro,
we out here though. Like,
they might get you out the paint.
Like, given night, we gonna pop you.
They might pop you. Like you come out, you would beat Syracuse, come home, Providence to give you what you want. Like,
yeah, it was no nights off. No nights off.
That was beautiful.
I'm looking forward. Like I said, looking forward to get back to where every game is a banger.
Yeah, for sure, man. Cool. So we're gonna cross on over, keeping in football, but September 3rd, UC goes to Arkansas. I know we jumping the gun, got more than a month and a half away, but they about to start Camp Higher Ground within a couple weeks. And honestly, a little bit sooner than that. I need to look at my calendar, but it's a lot of question marks because of the talent that the Bearcats lost to the NFL draft, to graduation, that people probably aren't giving this team as much props as they probably should. But I mean, rightfully so. If you're on the outside looking in, you don't really know what they got, on that roster, because you got mass people that are going to be playing on Sundays now that are gone. So I always start off my bit with this: is I told people Bearcats were going to have at least 8 people drafted the last 2 years. I said that before it happened.
You did.
I said it. And they could have had 10 if a couple people wouldn't have stayed. I believe that. I think Wiley could have. I know Wiley would have got drafted. I feel like Lenny could have got drafted as well. I think Lenny might have got the late end of the stick, maybe, because Wiley's the star, per se.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Wiley would have been between 3rd and 5th because of the year he had. I think Lenny would have been a 6th, 7th. I feel like he would have tested well. You know what I'm saying? So I think they could have possibly had 11. I think Hicks has a chance to get drafted this year coming up as well. I think he could have gotten. I think he might have been later. He'd been like one of the first people they signed. You know what I'm saying? As soon as the draft was over, personally. But it's neither here nor there. But like, what position are you looking at right now before they lace them up and put the pads on? Like, what position are you looking at to kind of see like who's going to be where, what their roles are going to be, or who are you excited about per se?
I don't even know who the quarterback's going to be and how, and how this is, because you got to think, man, if Ben Bryant wins the job, it makes me nervous. Does Prater creep in the portal? Then you have to look and say, what is the competition behind Prater? We've honestly recruited some good quarterbacks, behind him. So it's kind of like waiting for Evan Prater to become, I guess, a quarterback and not just an athlete playing quarterback.
Yeah.
I want him to win the job. I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Okay.
want Evan Prater to win the job. But if he doesn't, that'll leave an interesting decision for him, most likely, and an interesting kind of process there because we recruited Evan Prater to be the next Desmond Ritter, and to have someone transfer back in and win
Yeah.
the job, that doesn't look too good to me.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely the optics of it makes it seem. I mean, the optics of it is a hell of a lens. You know what I'm saying? A hell of a
Mm-hmm.
canvas because you got to think about it. Ben Bryant was in the fold for 3 years, transferred, was starting at ECU, EMU, my bad. Actually did pretty good when he was there,
Yep.
and came back. So it's like, damn. So you automatically like, I don't think somebody comes back and they don't think they're gonna win. Like
Right.
they ain't gonna lose. I mean, like you don't come back and like I'm about to lose this job. Um, but at the same time, is I think for fans especially in Cincinnati area that's bought into this team, I think like 90% want Prater. Like if you just check the temperature, if I ask this question on Twitter, it's probably going. Every time I think I wrote an article about just the quarterback competition after spring ball, or maybe Neil did. One of us did, and everybody mainly was just like, "How did Evan look? How did he look? How did he look?" You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, and it was almost like you shy away from that question because sometimes people are just like dogging Ben. It's like I don't want you to dog him, but I understand you want Evan to win. You know what I mean? Like I totally
Right.
understand that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna throw dirt on anybody's grave, but if Evan does lose, I mean, that's the thing you look at. You look at the portal, like does he dip and say I'm out of here, or do I say because Ben can like the thing is Ben wins. He has this year and he has that COVID year you can take advantage of. So it's like if he wins, it's no way. I mean, he wins, he does solid. I don't see how it would be an open competition next year. You know what I'm saying? And does he do
Yeah.
enough to be like, all right, I'm only playing this 1 year and I'm out? Or does he say, I'm playing 2 more years of college football, essentially?
I mean, you have to look at it here. This will be another year with no real playing experience.
Yeah,
So you got to look at it as you probably would want to go somewhere
yeah,
and get some see how good he is.
yeah.
Maybe he, ends up being great and he can lead, play somewhere and lead after
Mm,
1 year, or maybe he need a couple years. But yeah, the selfish part of me would want him to stay because it does make sense. I mean, got the COVID year, he got time to make up.
yeah,
But at the same time, if you just putting myself in his shoes, okay, all right, we're what was this, year three?
yeah. Year 3 on campus.
Year three on campus.
Could be a redshirt sophomore. So
Redshirt sophomore. Don't play again.
until redshirt senior,
Get itchy. Yeah, do you want to stay that long?
yeah,
Do I want to get my, you know, uh, career started early? Like, you just don't know. I, he is in prime position to be the starting quarterback after that, but I guess it's just going to be depending on how he wait. But the quarterback spot is definitely interesting. I need to see who comes out of that victorious,
yeah,
uh, and see what direction we're going to go there.
for sure. I'm in like intrigued as well, but I like how he's not running from the competition. And I feel like the last few practices I did go to, I feel like he looked like night and day from like the beginning of camp to the end of camp in spring ball, where I was like, he made a couple of throws. I know last year he wasn't putting the right touch on it because he got a cannon. He got a
Right.
cannon. It's never about him being able to make the throws, put the touch where it's supposed to be. He made a couple down the seams. I was like, oh, he's starting to get it. You know what I'm saying? But he
Right.
gotta, I don't know where the coaches are at, so I'm just assuming, just like everybody else. But I think he needs a strong higher ground, and then I think it'll be pretty cool to see him possibly Corey Kiner in the backfield doing read options. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which would be crazy. You know what I'm saying? The last two Mr. Footballs. Well, I don't know who was last year, but the last two of the last three Mr. Footballs in the same backfield from the same city would be pretty dope. Just as a recruiting tool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that'd be a hell of a thing to be able to pull off if it can happen. But I mean, you gotta win. You can't just let somebody start just because they're from the city. You know what I'm saying? But
I gotta earn it.
Gotta earn it. So, but if he does win this job, he's definitely earned it because nobody transfers back in and doesn't think he doesn't have a strong chance to win the job. That's just common sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with that. At worst case scenario, best case I think is Evan because he's younger. His potential is crazy. He's from the area. And then worst case scenario, I mean, best case he wins, and then you can keep Ben as a top tier backup. Let the other guys, they got a couple young arms on the fold. They get to learn from those two guys for a couple years too. So we'll see what happens, man. That is definitely the key spot. I'm looking at the cornerbacks position just because, you lose Kobe and Sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell of a thing. Like it's just gonna be weird because they have a lot of talent in that position. So people, I think it's not gonna be as bad as people think, but I think stuff that they're used to seeing, they're gonna be pissed off.
Right.
Because it's gonna be like that first bomb that gets given up. People are gonna be like, "What's going on? Like these guys suck. They can't play." And it's not that. It's just you had a dude. Sauce was a top 4 pick in the NFL draft he played for Cincinnati. That's normally Ohio State thing. That's normally LSU, right? Like those cornerbacks come from there. They're bred that way. It's a pipeline. Used to be USC back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I used to have people that just come through just like water. Even Bama, they have those, but you have somebody to break the mold from Cincinnati and be a top 4 pick. Bro, that's crazy.
That's unreal.
Crazy. That's crazy. And then Kobe went in the 4th round. I think early 4th, right?
Yeah, early 4th. I think he
4th.
was, definitely underdrafted. He went a little later than expected, but you're right. I mean, Sauce being 4, coming from UC, that's something we have never thought we'll ever see in life.
Yeah. So I think I want to see what that position does. I just feel like people have to just be real about it. Like we were watching college greatness. Like he was the real Revis. Like when Pitt had that run where they had like Shady and them boys and stuff like that. Like sometimes you just get a dude that isn't ranked as high as everybody expects. And boom. But my homeboy told me like when he signed, he was like, bro, if he weighed 175, like all the teams would have really been pushing for him, but because of his weight, they were just like they were finessing him. You know what I mean? Besides really giving him what he wanted. So it worked out for UC for sure. And you see, now he's about to be starting for the Jets and rest is history. But I want to see what that position does, man, because people are gonna be tripping out when cats start completing, down and outs and stuff and double moves occasionally. You know what I mean? Like
we've been spoiled over
the
last couple courses of years, and that's why I really want UC fans to just kind of, this year is like I said, we could definitely be very, very good again because they have the talent. But those guys it was a special group, and like I said, they were very, very good. They're very mature, and it'll be interesting to see. But I'm excited for it. Ready to be the SEC team. It'll be exciting coming up.
So to jump into it early, like I haven't did my Arkansas scouting yet. Like, what you think? You think they got a good chance to start off the season with a upset? I'm putting you on the spot though, because like it's early, and I know Arkansas they were top 25 team. I want to say last year as well, but I seen them play a few times. But I'm gonna put you on the spot. Just what you think early, man. I know it's early.
Early is hard. It's hard. New quarterback, new system, but I think we'll figure out a way to get it done. Uh, KJ Jefferson will be tough to stop. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah,
But I think Luca had the troops ready.
yeah,
He have us ready to go. But it's definitely a good, interesting first round. First game matchup.
yeah, for sure. They coming off train wheels off for whoever's the quarterback and
Yep.
the new parts. You know what I mean? Like you coming into the fire on the road against a legit SEC team, not like a bubblegum game. You know what I mean? Like they not playing Rutgers. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think who at the bottom of the SEC right now. Who's a weak SEC team? Oh, Miss is solid. I'm trying to think who's the bum team right now in the SEC. Is Vandy a bum team, or are they like kind of?
Yeah,
They kind of bum. All right, so we'll say they ain't playing Vandy. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what's what. You think they ever play UK in
Ever play
football?
UK?
Think UK ever want that? I feel like because of like you see how many recruits have been like down to us in UK
Yeah,
lately.
it's a little internal, little beef
Yeah,
going on.
it's low key, ain't it?
I don't think they want to play us, man.
Nah, I don't think so either.
I mean, honestly, when it's the Big 12, it wouldn't be a bad thing. Once we're in the Big 12, it wouldn't make them look bad or anything like that.
Yeah,
You know,
I wouldn't mind like getting them in Louisville occasionally, like a rotation or something.
Yep. Because it has to be something where we play Louisville, or we don't have to play Ohio State, but we need to play Louisville.
Yeah, because that was a legit rivalry, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was in school, they used to beat the brakes off of us, though. But
Man,
they used to beat the brakes
before we
off.
got decent, it used to be bad.
It used
Like
to be bad, bro. I remember they went down there and shit. Damn, what year was that? They went down there and they was stumping on the Cardinal in the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
They had Jeff Brown.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us a thing. They might have gave him a 45 piece. It was bad. Like,
Man, they slaughtered us.
man,
Didn't they score like 70 something?
man, they did something ridiculous one time. I don't know if that was a game or not, but I remember they used to get them some crazy numbers. 50
Yeah,
balls.
they did us bad.
They used to give out 50 balls.
Bad. Yeah, so we can get some payback on them.
Yeah, we definitely owe down for real for pain and suffering.
And then basketball, it's really no excuse.
Yeah.
Why we can't run it once a year.
Now that your boy Matt gone now, we should be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Matt was he was defending you. He was defending my man's honor.
Man, I ain't gonna go there with him tonight. You know, everybody know how I feel.
I'm about to tee it up on you just because. All right, so I'm teeing it up.
I'm trying to be good.
I'm teeing it up.
See, I was trying to be good. All my answers was diplomatic.
I know. I see, man. I'm teeing up. I gotta get you one just because. Just because, bro. Just think about it. Like how all right, I was genuinely happy to see Tari Eason get drafted in the top 20. But how salty was you like just to think about this man had to come off the bench for Rob Banks and he wasn't allowed to dribble. This man he ain't even played an NBA game yet. He was all NBA summer team, first team. And he couldn't take more than 2 dribbles in college.
Man,
that makes any damn sense.
Like I said, I seen, I just seen it early.
You called it. I will say that you called it.
And the crazy thing is about it. It was just like you seen the highlights of Tari Eason coming out of high school.
Yeah.
He wasn't setting screens. He was never a roller in the pick and roll. he operated like with guard like skill,
He was definitely top of
and
the
we
key guy.
never saw it. Like we never got a chance to see that. I don't understand why, especially the group that we had. We could have used Tari Eason off the dribble more. And we had everybody on Twitter like, "Oh, Tari Eason, he's not ready. That's why he's not playing." Like, no, it's not that he's not ready. He's not a roller in the pick and roll.
Yeah,
That's not what he. The ball is in his hand.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
he's attacking downhill. So for me, I just knew it was bad for our strategy wise. Um, we was playing. And I'm sorry I got to drop him since I'm here now. I'm there now. We running the offense through Chris Vogt. That's like we had Jaren Cumberland on our team, and we're running the offense through Chris Vogt. Like I have an issue with that. Like
He really
there's
was.
no way.
He really was.
There's no way that's supposed to happen.
Hey, Bo
So
was calling for a quick second though. I ain't gonna cap.
and that's what's
That
fools
was
though.
crazy. Look,
Everybody like, oh, but he's balling. He's averaging this, and this. I'm like, man, y'all relying on the wrong person.
my man was.
Like seriously, like.
He was
And
though.
then the second year, you really saw the weaknesses of Chris Vogt because he had Trey Scott next to him.
Yeah, Trey Scott made Trey Scott. Dog. He had Trey Scott. He looked like it was like damn. It was like when person lose their superpowers.
Yeah.
I mean, like you just be like, come here, like you know what I mean, like. The beginning of Captain America before he become Captain America, and he like 5'5".
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, it was bad from the start, unfortunately.
Right.
And I was happy for Tari. And
Yeah.
I'm like he was a Bearcat. Like we had him first, and we let him go to LSU to where they let him play his game.
He came off the bench. It was a first round pick.
He turned into a first round pick, almost a lottery pick.
Off the bench. He didn't
Off
even
the
start.
bench at that.
Off
He was
the
a
bench.
sixth man.
Off the bench. Off the bench, bro.
Yeah. It's just crazy how fit matters.
Yeah.
And like I said, it'll have you looking at perception, and they'll have you thinking a player ain't ready or not good, or maybe he ain't as good as we thought he was. And he was actually, some of us was actually thinking that, like,
Yeah.
well, maybe he just needs a little more time. Like, no, he's ready to go now. Like, y'all ain't letting him loose.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for Tari, but I hated that, it was, from LSU.
Yeah. Facts. I was like, bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, first thing I thought about, like, that damn JB, when I see his name come across, like, man, he really screwed this up.
Man.
Bad.
But yeah, it was he definitely finessed. I was an apologist, man. I couldn't take what I was seeing in my own eyes. I couldn't process it, man. I'm like, there's no way, right? We should have known when Sorolla dipped in the middle of the night.
Sorolla dipped,
He dipped, like, bro, I'm about to just go get some money. Like,
it was so random. Like, it was like one day, like, oh, it went from Jay Sorolla coming back from injury. Jay Sorolla gone from the team. Like, what? Like, where'd he go?
Like, Sorolla had like an 8-piece off the bench. Like, he had like
Right.
an 84 game. He was like, bro, yeah, I'm gone. Like,
I'm like, what the?
I'm like, all right, we should have known then. Like just keeping it 100. Like, because he really let the media in like that too. So you kind of had to assume, bro. Like, it wasn't like everybody really had access like that with him.
The thing is, what did it for me? Well, honestly, first year I was already out on him.
Yeah,
but I knew
You was
I
out.
knew that we
You
weren't
was
gonna
early.
fire him and nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But when Rap left that quick,
Mm.
I'm like, brother, these are your people.
Yeah. True.
But then you didn't like you're not keeping promises. You saying you're gonna play cats here, and
Yeah.
then they get there, they play in this position, that position, and
Yeah.
I mean that's what happened. You know, that's what
Yeah.
happened with a lot of these kids. He said he gonna do this, do this, do this, and he was a totally different person. I don't know if there was a pressure of trying to deliver at the University of Cincinnati was too much for John Brandon.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I think.
Yeah, it
I
might have.
think it was just too much for him to try to deliver at a prestigious university, and he got beside himself, and he wasn't himself.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
everybody from NK, oh, he's this nice guy. Da, 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 da. He was the
yeah,
opposite of him.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he got the job and went nuts. I don't know.
It could have been, man. Because there was some crazy promises. Like, he's like, you gonna start. You let my man play for like 2 minutes.
But he started Rob Banks in a conference game
Yeah,
over Tari. So you starting a walk on over a scholarship player.
player.
That's unheard. Even like politics wise, optics wise, you just don't do that.
Yeah, yeah. It's wild.
Just
Wow.
don't do that.
Then the man goes to be a first round pick within 365. This man was coming off the bench. And no disrespect to Rob Banks, nice kid, but that's wild, bro. Like this is gonna go down in history. Like we're gonna be like 60 talking about this.
I
You
mean,
know what
it's
I mean?
probably one of the worst hires in UC history.
You think?
John
Okay,
Brandon.
okay. So I'm just gonna go down. We're gonna go down slippery pole before we get off. Pause. Uh, all right. JB or Tubbs? Which
Woo!
which
I,
one?
you
Which
know,
one was worse?
I might have to go Tubbs.
That's where I'm
Tubbs,
leaning.
Tubbs is awful.
That's where I'm leaning personally, and this is why. John Cunningham low key deserves a statue in front of UC. What you think? Because dude had enough nuts to come out and just be like, "Hey, now we about to get you out the paint, bro." Like, and people was dogging him online. Like, no, he saved. Now we got Wes, somebody that gets it, somebody that understands like the brotherhood. Like,
Right.
brings people back. People that ain't been back in years. People when he come back with Cronin was here is coming back to the campus now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like him to have the nuts to be like, bruh, you ain't it. And I know you ain't it. I ain't hire you, so you gone. You ain't got no clout with me. It's over. Cause
Yep.
you know, Tubbs, he was here. If Tubbs don't cuss the dude out, bruh, he would have got another year. Cause we wasn't trying to buy him out.
No.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way. Dude wouldn't have cussed Buddy out before after that L. He got another year, bruh. But he definitely ran him down. He ran him down, and his pressers was wild, bro.
Man, you know, yeah, that was wild.
So my man go to hell, get a job.
Yeah, like Tubbs, man, he single handedly almost ruined everything that was built. Like,
Bruh.
luckily, the basketball program has enough history, cachet that it will always be okay.
Yeah,
I
the
think
football
like
team don't
it'll
got
never
that,
get like horrible. But like Tubbs, what Tubbs did,
bruh.
and
Cause the
then
foot,
did not even recruit here, didn't even build relationships here with high school coaches, and we one of the best football states there is in the
yeah,
nation.
yeah, we top five flat out, no matter how you cut it. And you
Top
have
five,
no,
yep.
and you don't have no relationship with any of these high school coaches. Like
Basically.
literally, when Flick got here, I'm talking to all these people that are like, yeah, I run this at Elder. It's like, dude, we only saw Tupperware one time.
I
One
believe.
one time, bro. One time.
He was
Now
still
got
trying to get four stars in Florida. I'm like, bruh, you can't. They ain't coming right now. They
no, they
not coming.
not. They not. They not. I used to tell people all the time, like, I'm like, bruh, like Ohio State's national now. They're like Bama, Clemson. And like people are coming up because they're picking out Ohio now. Like, because we have no fences up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Iowa State. Why do you think Iowa State is legit now? Like, are not
Ohio kids.
Ohio kids? Why do you think Kentucky is now going to bowls now?
Ohio kids.
Is why you think Michigan State went on that run?
Ohio kids.
Come on, bro. Like if you look around the teams that have come up, it's because they was picking off Ohio. Because you know, back in the day, Ohio State was getting the top 15, 12 to 15, maybe 16 kids from Ohio. That was just how it was gonna go. Now it's 5 to 8, depending on the year. So you got anywhere from 7 to 10 kids that would be going to Ohio State back in the early 2000s that just out here, that straight ballers. And they were
Yep.
just having their way. Kentucky still got a footprint in here, but it's not as big as it was. You know what I mean? But that's
Yeah.
why they legit. That's why they not like just a laughing stock in football anymore because they got a footprint in Ohio. And that's why you see is made term. They got a footprint in Ohio. You know, you
Yep.
go look at a roster before, and the only kids to be from Ohio would be walk-ons. And you might have one. You might have a couple that are like a couple from Cleveland, maybe one from our area. You know what I mean? But that's it.
Right.
But if someone be walk, if they had 10, 7 of them was walk-ons, three legit recruited.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's how it is.
So now you look at it, it's sprinkled up. You got now they going from the top 25. Boom, boom. You ain't in that range. You might not even get the love you would have got back in the day.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, it's crazy that they come up that much, but that's what it is right now. Like you got to be a top 25 kid, unless you just one of them late bloomers.
Yep. Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? So, but it's crazy. Tubbs, bruh.
Your Tubbs was by far
Tubbs,
the worst.
yeah.
JB was bad, but Tubbs was.
Because the football team don't have the history the basketball team has to fall on. Like,
Exactly.
you
So
know,
that's what I said. He wiped out. He was about to try to wipe out years of building,
still,
years of trying to get that football program to where it needed to be. And
to get to
like
this
I said,
money.
Fickle was definitely a godsend for sure.
Yeah.
He
And we
worked.
lucky Fick ain't just want to just get the bag.
That too.
Because
That too.
Fick could have
But
been gone.
but I look at something like Kirby Smart today after the extension. 10
Kirby got
years, 112 million. Like eventually, woo.
man. They're gonna have
I
to
mean,
break.
obviously we can't pay Fickle that, but we gonna have to, man. The
They gonna
going rate keep going up.
yeah. They gonna have to lock him in like because they keep bumping him up. He making probably about 5 this year, which is fair for us, which is great for us. But that ain't shit when it comes to what's going on out in this
Yeah,
market.
his market. He
His
like
market.
okay. I
They
done
gonna have
been
to get
to
him.
the college football playoffs at Cincinnati.
Daddy. Yeah, yeah. So they gonna have to break bread, bro. Like I feel like once them once that Big 12 money come kicking in, they gonna have to get him up to at least 8.
That's what I'm saying. If
At
you
least,
want to keep him
maybe not.
young, at least for a little while,
Yeah,
you gotta get him to 8.
you gotta get him at least to 8. Cause I mean, right now it's cool. I think like that next year, he got to get an extension, be like 8 to 9 million.
You got to.
You got to, and then you got to give him some incentives to possibly hit over that 10 ball for real. Because Cass is getting, I mean, because Mel Tucker, and Mel Tucker's a brother, so I ain't mad at a brother getting his bag. But if you give me Fickle or Mel Tucker, I'm taking Fickle every day of the week.
Yeah, I am too.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm taking Fick every day of the week, twice on Sunday. You feel me?
Me too.
Like, but you know, in Tuck making 9 to 10, he making saving money. That don't even make sense.
Yeah.
You feel me? So they gonna have to show that book, bro. Like, gonna open that up. Like, people is gonna have to accept it. Like, football is king when it comes to bringing in the money, and basketball reap the benefits because they're gonna be playing way better competition. I'm glad they put money into the arena. That's dope. And you got the dude there. And then once they start winning more, they're gonna take care of West. Feel me? But we cross that bridge. They got to make sure football stay relevant, so we don't get kicked out of the Big 12.
Yep. Yep.
We need them checks to cash, dog. We been them checks got to cash. They got to cash, man.
Yep, but that's what it's about right there. You gotta get them dollars.
You gotta get the dollars, bro. Because when dollars come, everybody they bring more gear gets sold, more hot dogs, more beer, tickets. It's gonna be a wait list for stuff. Feel me? Fifth Third gonna be jumping again.
Yeah, you gotta get the NILs going.
Yeah. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy. The NIL stuff is wild. I mean, I'm happy they getting that paper though. They deserve it because some cats ain't gonna be a superstar in the league or in the NBA.
I'm all down for it. I just think it got to be regulated somehow, though.
I don't know how you regulate it though.
I don't know how you do either. It's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you buying players. Like that's just what it is. Like the top dogs, like
got that paper.
You gotta buy them.
Yeah, damn near.
It's just you gotta buy them.
Yeah, like, but the thing is, they was already getting bought though.
You right?
If you keep it in 100, like, cause man, all I know is people tell me the SEC has been the wild west since it's been on top.
Of course.
They said Cats leaving Bama was taking pay cuts.
Yeah, you know Bama paying good.
That's why it's Ohio right now.
Good.
Ohio State pay good. I heard what hurt them is when all that stuff happened, they had to clamp.
They had to chill
for a minute.
Yeah.
They had to chill for a minute. But the NIL though, they ain't playing. He said I need 13 million.
Man,
he came out there and just kept it
CJ Stroud got a Bentley.
He do got
a $500K.
Yeah, bruh. I could imagine being 2021 with a Bentley and money in my pocket, bruh. Like I would have I couldn't even imagine me. Just imagine me if I was the starting quarterback for Ohio State with a G-Wagon and a $500K in my pocket. I'd have 7 kids before I left school.
Thing is, I would have to cop another car because I couldn't pull up to campus in the Bentley. Everybody knows you.
It's me. Yeah.
Somebody gonna hate.
Yeah, somebody definitely gonna hate.
And try to fuck your car up.
Man. You almost need a dude with you that got to fight for you, so you don't get in trouble.
Yep. Or you just gotta, like I said, he had that roll. Just buy him a little slider.
Yeah.
Let's go get him.
Get him around
campus. Let's go get him to class. Go get him to practice. You know what I mean? So you can just drive it on campus.
Yeah.
I know he ain't pulling up in the Bentley.
Bruh, I bet you he is though.
You think so?
Man, I don't know. It depends on his background. If his people has money, I ain't saying rich, but got money, and he been taken care of before. If he didn't, then maybe so. But if he's come from, he's from California, so I'm gonna assume that he's coming from a little bit of money. So he does have a slider. But if you a kid from the inner city, you not getting no slider, bruh. Which you not getting no slider. You about to be look at me. I got this G-Wagon. F with me.
Yep.
You gonna be at the party in front of whatever the party at. You gonna be grabbing grown women. And they gonna be really trying to you gonna have to be on top of your game, bro. Cause they gonna be definitely trying to sandbag you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you gotta be gotta put a Drake, had a hot sauce ready, gotta have a hot sauce ready, bro. Cause I couldn't even imagine, bro. I couldn't even imagine having $500,000 in my pocket in college, dog. In college,
That's insane. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So the NIL deals,
But
that
I
money
ain't.
coming in is gonna be important. Help bring some more talent in here.
Yeah, I mean, shit, Dez got him a truck. I feel like before he did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dez had a truck. He's riding clean. You feel me?
Yeah, they made sure theirs was clean. They made sure
Clean.
sauce was clean.
Sauce was clean. Yeah,
It's
sauce.
like broke sauce off,
Yeah,
But hey, got to do what you got. Like you said, it's the Wild Wild
it's a
West.
Wild Wild
Just
West,
get
bro.
caught.
Yeah, just don't be out here because
That's on you.
yeah, that's all it is. You just gotta play it as much legal as you can. Like that's where it's gonna be. That's why Saban's so salty because normally he had control on how the money was getting broke down before this NIL shit started jumping off for real. And
Yeah.
that's why he keep coming off so bitter and salty because now he don't got control yet. He don't know how to work it the ins and outs. Like he had it in such a good system. Even if they got caught, like he was never gonna be his hands were always gonna be clean. Now he don't know how to navigate this world. And he kind of like did some bull, like, and then he just called out Jimbo Fisher all the way, like Jimbo, like, what you mean? Jimbo know
Yeah,
what's
he don't
going
know
on.
what to do with himself because he's not adapting
Yeah,
fast enough, and that's how a lot of these coaches are. Like, that's why you see a lot of them leaving.
yeah,
On the basketball side, you just see Jay Wright up and retire. He
yeah,
hated the whole transfer portal and this NIL stuff.
yeah,
So he didn't complain about it. He just bowed out gracefully.
yeah. That's what you gotta do, though. You gotta just know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Like,
Yep.
don't
Roy
be
Williams, Coach K, they can't keep up. Like Coach K can keep coaching if he wants to.
yeah, yup.
That whole transfer portal, NIL stuff, you
He was like, I gotta re-recruit
don't
you,
want to
and you
do
at
it.
Duke. He like, nah, bro, I'm
And look
cool.
at some of the OG coaches that we grew up on. Following like
Yeah,
teams are fading.
yeah,
Syracuse.
yeah.
We love him all to death, but West Virginia,
Virginia, man, they've been
it seems
getting
like he's losing his whole recruiting classes every year.
every year. Yeah, he definitely is.
So I just feel like they're not adapting well.
Yeah,
You got to be able to adapt.
yeah,
Yeah, of course, there's some that are, but some of our generation coaches that we grew up watching, teams that watching always in the tournament and Final Four, they they can't keep up.
yeah. You're right. You're right, bro. It's slowly, you see what's going on. So yeah, man, we'll end it on that, and then everybody, Cam, man, where can we find your work and find you on social media? Let everybody know.
Yeah, no problem. You can find, of course, we got Life in the Jungle. We have a Twitter account, Life in the Jungle, just the letter N. Um, Also, you can find me, Coach Cam C, on Twitter. Cam Chancellor on Facebook. Life in the Jungle is on Facebook as well. And we have an Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you follow, subscribe on YouTube, all that kind of good stuff.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all do the same, man. Follow my man Cam on everything he just told you. Make sure you guys check out the TFON podcast everywhere podcasts are available. Check out the YouTube page. You're trying to step our YouTube game up. Follow it's Front Office
YouTube
News,
like rough, man. I'm trying to figure it
bruh.
out. I'm gonna navigate it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my
We
trying to be
need
like
your
these coaches.
help both.
Trying to get my
The front office news, life in the jungle. We need your help. Click subscribe. That's
yeah,
all it takes. Click subscribe. What that?
subscribe. Even if you go on like knock us the whole time, I don't even care. I take hate
Yeah, you
messages.
gotta watch the whole time.
Yeah,
Just
just check
subscribe.
in, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, Front Office News, follow us on Instagram, Front Office News, follow me on Twitter, _JT_Smith. Make sure you guys hit up 513 Shirts, get some TFON gear though, and let me know when y'all get the gear. That's how we going in episode 1 of season 3. Signing out, y'all.
Peace.